What's up, YouTube fam? This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and we back with another video. Let's hear from tonight's sponsor, and then we'll jump right into it. This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing.
I see this man out here every week. He out here getting it, man. Cool and Green, man. Pull up on him, man. Saratoga Street. He out here every day.
Always come back for more, man.
Get him, bro. Support him, motherfucker. Support him, motherfucker.
Exactly, man.
Word.
What's up, 2 times fam? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Baltimore Way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I invite you to join the 2 times family. Tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified of all uploads. Be sure to like this video if you're rocking with the content. Comment down below and share your thoughts. Of course, always keeping it respectful. Feel free to share this video. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. In this episode, we will be talking about a domestic dispute that took a terrible turn for the worse. Let's get right into it. On October 12, 2019, at around 1 p.m., on the 200 block of Herring Court in Southeast Baltimore, 22-year-old Jimmy McRaven got into a heated altercation with his then girlfriend inside his home. The argument started when Jimmy's girlfriend asked him to stop smoking a cigarette while he held their baby, according to court records. Things escalated when McRaven refused. According to court records, he grabbed his girlfriend by the neck, causing her to fall to the ground. That's when he began to kick her while she was curled up on the floor. His mother intervened and pulled her son off of his girlfriend. She sustained visible injuries. As McRaven proceeded to leave the house, reports say his girlfriend said that she was about to call her cousin to come over. Officials say that for 15 minutes, Jimmy McRaven paced back and forth outside his house. Then his girlfriend's cousin, James Thompson, arrived. According to what witnesses told officers, Thompson did not say anything as he walked up to the front steps. Witnesses say McRaven then pulled out his piece and began firing at his girlfriend's cousin multiple times before fleeing the scene. He was arrested and charged with voluntary taking of a person's life, use of a blicky in a situation of violence, and prohibited possession of a blicky. It took 2 years for the case to go to trial. On November 12, 2021, 2 years and 1 month to the date of the incident, the trial began. Despite what witnesses said to officers, prosecutors said that an altercation between McRaven and Thompson did proceed prior to the fatal incident. First to testify was the lead detective, who said he found the 25-year-old lying on the ground with 2 wounds to the head when he arrived at the scene. McRaven's mother was subpoenaed to testify for the prosecution. She spoke about how she heard her son's girlfriend on the phone with someone to come over and fight her son. She said she feared for her son's life and thought he was in danger, so she gave him the blicky. In a strange twist, McRaven's girlfriend testified that she was not aware of her cousin coming over to the house that day. She was uncooperative with the counsel's questions. Prosecutors also had a friend of McRaven's mother and a neighbor to testify. The friend first said in an interview to officials that she saw McRaven fire at Thompson on the front of his steps. However, during her testimony on the stand, she said she only saw a dude on the ground. When the defense questioned the lead detective, he confirmed that there were possibly 15 to 20 people in the area at the time of the incident. After all the testimony and evidence presented, it was time for closing arguments. The prosecutors reminded the jury that McRaven had a blicky in his pocket for an hour prior to the incident between him and his girlfriend's cousin, and that Thompson had no chance. The defense's closing arguments pointed out how McRaven's girlfriend was not telling the truth in her testimony and how she denied calling her cousin that day. This account was much different from what McRaven's mother told the court, who said she heard the call. The jury took one day to deliberate and found McRaven guilty of all 3 counts. He faced up to 45 years behind bars. He was sentenced on December 10, 2021 to 38 years. He received 10 years for the voluntary charge, 20 years for the use of the blicky charge, and 8 years for the possession charge. James Thompson's sister said that her brother was the protector of their family, and he meant the world to her. She also shared that once her sister learned of their brother's tragedy, she fell into a deep depression and lost weight. Sadly, her sister's condition led to her loss of life, according to the news reports. At sentencing, McRaven's attorney argued that her client had a hard upbringing and dealt with mental illnesses. She recommended he be accepted into a treatment program for psychiatric issues. McRaven also apologized for what he done. He told the court that he wanted to get his high school diploma to take care of his son. But for the sister of James Thompson, she feels that McRaven is not only responsible for the loss of her brother's life, but also her sister's, who passed away after having to deal with their brother's loss. James Thompson was a father of 3 and a family man. He was deeply loved by his family and those who knew him. His loss was devastating. According to his obituary, James Thompson was the glue that kept his family together and the gift that kept on giving. He will truly be missed by all who loved him. Rest in peace to James Thompson. My sincerest and deepest condolences to his family and loved ones. I can't imagine your pain due to this sudden loss. I hope and pray for your peace as his memories live on through you. All right, fam. Tell me what you think about this story down in the comments below. There are so many things that are wrong. Number 1, no kind of violence against a domestic partner is ever okay. Number 2, analyze the situation before getting others involved outside of who you're actually supposed to call. If you plan to leave a volatile situation, then have a solid plan where nobody in or outside of the dilemma gets hurt. Whether the girlfriend's testimony is true or not, she has to live with the fact that her cousin lost his life in efforts to protect her and her child. He came over there with the intent to check on his cousin, most likely, and sadly it took a turn for the worse. McRaven himself will be an old man when he is released from prison. I hope his apology was genuine and he is making the strides to be a better person. Anger can be your demise and the demise of others around you. Sometimes it's just best to walk away. That's it for this episode of the Baltimore Way. Thank you for making it to the end. Be sure to like this video if you want to. Give us a thumbs up if you'd like. Subscribe to get notified of more content by hitting that notification bell. Thanks for watching, fam. This your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and I'm out.